Everyone, this is Ryan from Unique Perspectives, and today we're going to talk about something a lot of people are talking about, the Stanley Cup. And everyone keeps saying the only Stanley Cup I know is whatever they say, like the one for hockey, like that trophy or whatever. But whatever. It's crazy how people are going bananas over the Stanley Cup being sold out. Let's see if the being sold out. I bet they're yeah, people fighting. See, people are like fighting over it because of TikTok, and it's just crazy how people are going crazy over it when there's nothing special about these freaking tumblers. Like nothing. Okay, it has a handle that you don't need. That's a waste of plastic. You could just have rubber around the cup and not need this stupid handle. I guess maybe people just want it for the looks, or they like to. I guess to be fair though, it you can hold on to the cup a little bit better with the handle. So my issue isn't really with the handle; it's more with the hype. Like the price and the hype of it. Like it just shouldn't be flying off the shelves for $45. Like maybe if it was like even $10, it shouldn't. Nothing should be super overhyped. I get so irritated at something being hyped up when it's overhyped up. Like if you're fighting over a Stanley Cup, you're just stupid. Even if it is $45 or even if it's $300, you're just stupid for fighting over a product like that. Anyways, um, it's let's look at what the advantages of it are. Okay, it's constructed of recycled stainless steel for sustainable sipping. Okay, so I guess you could say it's good for the environment, but whatever. I mean, there's probably other ones that are. They usually do get stainless steel that's recycled. I mean, so I don't think that's really a niche. And you could just, when you're done with your thermos, just sell it at a metal scrapyard if you wanna. If you're so worried about it being in a landfill. But the same people that are so worried about recycling, do they even recycle? I don't think they do. I think it just makes them feel good, like the what do you call it? The virtue signaling people. It makes them feel good to see the word sustainable or recycled. But do they even clean up their own freaking trash on the ground, or do they recycle? Are they responsible people? Probably not, because they're fighting over a Stanley Cup or they're dumb enough to buy one. So they're probably not smart enough or well behaved enough to recycle or really care. They only care because it makes them feel good or look good to other people. Like brag about it on TikTok. Oh, I got this sustainable Stanley Cup. Okay, it offers maximum hydration with fewer. How does it offer maximum hydration? Like, how does this cup hydrate you more than other cups? Like, you can fill any cup up with water or electrolytes. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Maximum hydration. Okay, whatever. Fewer refills. Yeah, the way to have fewer refills is to have a bigger thermos. That's not. Well, I guess that is. It could be an advantage, um, because it does fit into a regular car cup holder. But that's again, that's not unique. They have tons of other thermoses that are shaped like an hourglass, like this, where it has a small diameter at the bottom, and it's thicker at the top so you can hold more liquid, like 40 ounces of it or more of a thermos. And typically, you don't, why do you need 40 ounces either? You're probably not gonna use all that water. Maybe. I guess if you care so much about not having to refill it during the day, but you take the same amount of time filling up a bigger container as filling up a smaller one twice, right? I mean, maybe minus the time of walking to the water fountain or whatever, but let's keep going. Like, all of these are like pointless advantages, are so small that it doesn't really matter compared to the alternatives. Commuting, studio workouts, day trips to your front porch. You'll want this tumbler by your side. But again, how is this Stanley Cup better than any other cup you could buy? That doesn't really have a niche. Let's keep going to the advantages. Vacuum installation, yeah, that's called a thermos. You know when the thermos was invented? In 1903 and sold in 1904. Like this person said. No, that's me. I was talking about laughing about all the plebs fighting over Stanley Cups and buying one thinking they are missing out, only to sell one for $10 on Facebook Marketplace a few months later when it hits rock bottom and people move on to something else that is cool and overhyped. So it's so goofy that people are totally oblivious that thermoses have been invented for over a century and that they have the exact same product now for only $10 new, for about $10 new. Like, I got this when it was $10 from Walgreens back in 2015. I guess there's inflation, so now it's like $14. Whatever. I much rather have my Snap Seal thermos. No one is gonna drink coffee 7 hours later either. Like, unless they're like a security guard at a site or a construction worker. Nobody's gonna drink any beverage 7 hours later because they're just gonna think they're either gonna be impatient or they're not gonna have a need for that really. Um, I mean, because typically when you drink like coffee or something, you're not gonna wait 7 hours and then finish the rest of it. It's gonna People just think it's like gonna go bad by then, even though it's not. Um, Really, just a psychology thing. Even though I guess you could argue you could use this for water instead, but I don't know if people. I don't think people are gonna use this mostly for water. It looks like they're just gonna use it for like their mocha lattes or whatever at home. I guess they could use it for water though. Yeah, I guess that's what it could be meant for. Anyways, water will stay ice cold hour after hour. The advanced flow state lid features a rotating cover with three positions. A straw. Wait, why does it need to rotate though? The cover? Why does that need to rotate? Let's look at the images. So, okay, so this swivels around. Who cares? Why does that matter? In fact, that might be a disadvantage because it has more unnecessary moving parts and it's more of something that can go wrong and break, and then you don't have a working Stanley Cup anymore. Like, why does this need to move around? And then it might spill liquid out because you forgot to. I don't know. Maybe it won't spill liquid out. Maybe this part just spins around and doesn't unscrew it. Okay, fair enough. But there's nothing really unique about this cup. There's other cups that have a small drinking hole, and you can just put a straw in it. Granted, it may not be designed exactly like this. Like that is a good idea with the plastic there, like sort of like a doggy door, and then you put the straw down, and it doesn't perfectly seal it, but it almost perfectly seals it. Seals enough so that if it does spill, it's going to spill very little. Okay, so I'm not really being critical of this of the way it's designed. I'm more just being critical of how um, they act when they market it. They act like it's unique, and it's not unique in almost any way. Or if it is, it's not so unique and useful with that uniqueness that it means you should pay 4 times more for the cup, or even twice as much. Just my opinion. But I am more of a guy that sees almost everything as a commodity, even though I like to try out new things. But don't waste this much money to try something new out. And okay, three position. Okay, but you don't need that. Why do you need that? Just so you don't have to tilt your head slightly or rotate the bottle. Um, I don't know about that. A straw opening designed to resist splashes while holding the reusable straw in place. That's like the only that's like the only niche it has. Even though I'm sure there's other cups that have that same exact technology, they're just not as popular as this Stanley cup that all of a sudden people wanted to buy because they saw it on TikTok. I knew it came from TikTok because, or social media in general, because there's no reason why this should be this popular. And then a drink opening. Oh yeah, by the way, that's the future. To partner with TikTok content creators, or you could call them influencers, whatever, to make money, because they'll sell your product like hot, or market it like hotcakes. A drink opening, a drink opening. Yeah, all thermoses have a drink opening and a full cover top. Um, all thermoses or coffee cups, coffee, what do you call it? Coffee thermoses, whatever you want to call them, have a full cover top. Now, some of them are cheap and stupid and they don't lock on the top, or they don't seal it very well. It's like a sliding thing. I don't like those at all. I love my Snap Seal cup. I have one like this, except it's silver, and it's great. And now you can't fit a large straw down here, but why do you need a straw? I suppose the main point of a straw would be so that you don't have to tilt your head back to drink it, like if you're in the car or whatever. But if you're not in the car, I don't think there's really that much of an advantage to have a straw. It's another thing you need to clean, and I don't see the point of a straw, really, besides avoiding having to tilt your head back. Or maybe if the liquid's like a little too hot, it'll cool it down a little bit by the time it reaches the top or whatever. But now you could just have it at the right at the right temperature before you put it in the thermos, you know, or adjust it. What I normally do is, because coffee is normally a little bit too hot once it comes out of the coffee maker, I purposefully add a little less water, and then add some more water later that's at a cooler temperature to cool it down. So it's at the right temperature, because I don't like it burning my tongue right when I'm trying to drink. And then what else? Maybe if this cup has some more useful features. I'm trying to think of some, but yeah, like storing ice cubes or something in a separate container, like at the top, uh, where you could just drop in an ice cube or something to cool it down if you need to. Like more unique features, then maybe it would be worth it. But I'm trying to even think of any useful features that I don't know of that might be invented, but most people don't know of a thermos with it. And I'll always see this as a coffee thermos, by the way, or latte, whatever thermos, because I can just tell that's what people are mostly going to use it for. They're probably not going to use it just for straight water, knowing how millennials are, and they're mostly the ones marketing this and buying this. I could be wrong, but I mean, everyone likes water, but I don't think they like water so much that they're gonna go crazy over something related to drinking just water. No, it's over some whatever drink they're trying to get from like not Starbucks, but like yeah, make their own type of Starbucks like drink at home and then put in this thing or something. And okay, yeah, so it has the grip. Okay, it does have some semi unique features like the candle, the straw holder, but again, it's not worth paying $45 for. It's not worth fighting over. Let's look at some more features. Keeps drinks hot for 7 hours. Keeps drink cold for 11 hours. Um, I don't see how that makes sense. Maybe they assume it depends on the ambient temperature outside. I don't see how they can even say this. They probably mean on average temperature, but they should say 7 hours at this temperature and 11 hours at this temperature, um, because I bet you in really hot or cold weather this would be different. Drinks stay iced for 2 days. So the theme seems to be that it generally stays colder than hotter, and I think that's normally true because when you have something really hot, it generally is a lot hotter than the ambient temperature. But if it's somewhat cold, it usually is a lot closer to the ambient temperature. Part of the adventure series, also if something's hot too, the steam can evaporate and lose. Yeah, it can lose temperature probably quicker than it being cold. Um, um, I don't know what adventure series is. To me, that doesn't mean it. That's not really. Uh, I guess they can say that, but that doesn't mean anything to me unless they explain what that is. 90% recycled. All right. Um, wow. So it has an icon to remind you that it's sustainable, even though when you bought it, it said it was sustainable. Um, Maybe they have that icon so they can show off to people that it's so sustainable. Like when those people buy solar panels, I think most of those people that buy like solar panels for their whole house, they do it because they want to make themselves feel good. That oh, I'm helping the environment. I want to show off to people. Not so much that they think they're gonna um, it's going to be worth it to have solar panels. Maybe a decent amount of those people, but I think a lot of people just like to show off. You can tell who the show offs are because they'll have a sign in their yard that says "We've gone solar." Like you're supposed to give a fuck. Like maybe if they don't have ways to brag about it, then maybe they didn't do it to brag about it. But you can just tell, like those people that say they're vegans, that go out of their way to say it. Double wall vacuum insulation. Um, I bet you there's thermoses that insulate it for a lot longer though. So double or single wall, I don't think that really matter. That doesn't matter. What matters is how long does it keep drinks hot and cold for, not whether it has 2 walls, 3 walls, 4 walls. Like it could maybe insulate it more potentially, but not necessarily. Powder coat finish, I don't know I don't know what that means and if that's even an advantage. Flow state, screw on 3 position lid. Okay, we went over most of this. BPA free, like almost no freaking uh, thermoses have, I think, BPA in it, anyways. Dishwasher safe. Um, aren't almost all thermoses dishwasher safe? Um, that's why you can't let these descriptions fool you. Wait, 1.4 pounds. I guess that's not too heavy. Um, Imported. Oh, it's not even made in America. Where are they made in? What's the pro tips? Um, Wait, what? Yeah, where are Stanley Cups made in? China. Alright. It's made in China. Are you serious? That's hilarious. So you're buying something that's made in China. So, I mean, is the quality going to be good? I mean, just because it's made in China, though, doesn't mean it's bad. I'm not saying it's necessarily bad, but our Stanley cups, or what other products does Stanley cups make? I forget what the. It's not the Stanley tools. It's the drinking, or it's the cup company. They have lunch boxes and all this other. That's funny. Um, if I remember correctly, they used to. Yeah, they've been making thermoses for a while. I don't think. Okay, when did the Stanley Cup company get founded? They've probably been around for a long time. Okay, that's why it says 1913 on the website. I was like, I swear it feels like an old company. They're so smart for trying to get people on TikTok to market their product for them, or maybe it's partly grassroots too. So, um, yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. So, you can buy a Stanley Cup, but like, just know it's gonna be overhyped. It's not. It's not worth what you're paying for. It's. It reminds me of these other things that are overrated as heck, like chicken sandwiches from Popeyes that no one cared about. In fact, where I lived in Modesto, there were like Popeyes going out of business because no one was shopping there. And then all of a sudden, people care about chicken like they've never had chicken before until Popeyes was beefing with Wendy's or whoever had the best like chicken sandwich. And then like there's this freeze dried candy stuff that I only tasted because I wanted to try out it for the experience and know what the heck people are talking about. Like it's so good and it's not. Just my opinion. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it about the Stanley Cup. Fuck the cup being $45 though and being so hyped up. Um, and there's nothing special about it. So thanks for watching.